You don't know, you damn well should know. My name is Rag Reynolds, and today I'm going to sum up for you. I'm going to explain to you why pansexuality is not a valid sexuality. So, to start this off, you first need to understand the valid sexes a person can be. So a person can be a man or a person can be a woman. Those are the valid sexes. A man is someone with a penis, a female is someone with a vagina, just to simplify it. Now people might say from there, what if someone is intersex, meaning they have both sets of genitals? Well, what you will find there is one, that really wouldn't be a new sexuality of its own. It would just mean that you are both male and female. It wouldn't mean you are some other sex. It would mean you are now male and female rather than male or female. But aside from that, what you'll find is that all intersex people always lean towards one side of the scale. They're always either more male or more female. So there are still only two valid sexes, male or female. So, since those are the only two sexes, we can now move on to discussing valid genders. So, valid genders are male or female, just like sexes, male or female. Transgender is not a gender. Transgender means that your sex, which is either male or female, as we just established, is not the same as your gender, which is either, again, male or female. So transgender is if you are born with a penis, but your gender is female. That means that you are now a transgender female. Or the opposite way around, obviously. So transgender is not a gender. You're either male or female. Some people might now argue about agender, but that agender wouldn't really be a gender. It would be a lack of a gender. And gender fluidity also is not a gender. It means that you go between being male or female. So you're still only one of the two different genders. It's just that you go between the two of them. So there's two valid genders and there's two valid sexes. In both cases, they're both called male and female. So going on from that, what is a sexuality? Well, a sexuality is obviously, it means what sex are you attracted to. So if you are heterosexual, it means you are attracted to persons of the opposite sex from you. So if you're male, you're attracted to female. If you're female, you're attracted to male. Homosexual means that you're attracted to persons of the same sex. So males attracted to males, females attracted to females. Bisexual means you're attracted to persons of both the opposite and of the same sex. So if you're male, you can be attracted to male or female. And if you're female, you can be attracted to male or female. And finally, the fourth other acceptable and valid sexuality is asexual, which means you are sexually attracted to no one, regardless of their sex. So, the reason pansexuality is not valid is because we have already covered every possible thing there. So we've covered being attracted to only one sex as heterosexual or homosexual, depending on if you're only attracted to males or females. So that covers those. And we have also covered being attracted to all the sexes, which is bisexual, since there are only two sexes. You're attracted to male and female. That's two. We've covered that. And we have also covered being attracted to no sexes. Neither male or female. That's asexual. So where would you put pansexuality in here? There is no room for it. What's it cover? We've covered all sexes. We've covered single sexes. And we have covered no sexes. So where is this third sex coming from? See, this is where a lot of people would argue that intersex is a third sex, but it's not third sex. Intersex is a combination of male and female. And people who are heterosexual, homosexual, or bisexual could still be attracted to someone who is intersex. You don't have to be pansexual to do that. So pansexuality doesn't fit in there. So then what you also hear people say is pansexuality means you are attracted to people regardless of gender, or you love them for who they are. Oh, so do heterosexual, homosexual, bisexual, and asexual people not love people for who they are? And in relation to the gender, the regardless of gender, what does gender have to do with sexuality? Sexuality? This has nothing to do with gender. It's sexuality, and that's why you can't say that pansexuality is loving someone regardless of gender. So pansexuality is not a valid sexuality. So this made me start thinking. People were asking, so is panromantic valid? Because people might say, I'm panromantic. So this is why I had to validate genders as well. I had to say that male and female are the valid genders, and there's transgender, it means you are the opposite from your sex, and there is agender and gender fluidity, but those are not actually genders. They're just sort of sub things of gender. I'd also just like to add a quick clip before I go any further. If anyone's thinking about stuff like demisexual or anything like that, that's demisexual would be a sub-branch of asexuality, so it would still be covered in the 4. So your valid genders are male or female, so panromantic. So let's dismantle it the exact same way. There are only 2 valid genders. So if you are, I don't even know if this is the right word, but heteroromantic would mean you're only attracted to the opposite gender. Homoromantic, you're only attracted to the same gender. Biromantic, you're attracted to both genders, which are all of them. And aromantic, you're attracted to no gender. So I think we just covered it again. We've covered the same sex, we've covered the opposite sex. We've covered the same gender and the opposite gender. We've covered both genders, which are all of them, and we have also covered no gender. So where would panromantic fit in here? It doesn't fit because there is no place for it. You can't say it covers all genders because we covered all genders with romantic, whatever that word would be. So we've covered those. So panromanticism doesn't fit anywhere. Just like pansexuality doesn't fit. And most people who claim to be pansexual are younger people, and I'm not trying to be horrible I'm just trying to help, you see. I just think it's a bit ridiculous when I go on Tumblr and I'll see 16 different sexualities listed, and there's a new one created every second week, and all these, a million genders, and it's ridiculous. And I just had to kind of clarify my stance on it and why that pansexuality is not real, and neither is being panromantic. So if you have any retorts or comments, please leave them or make a video response, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Thank you for listening to me ramble. Until next time, I am Rag Reynolds. Goodbye.